All right, in news just coming in, days after India's Supreme Court asked the government to take a call on playing the national anthem in movie theatres and public spaces, the government has decided to set up a panel to frame new rules. Last year, the Supreme Court directed all movie theatres in the country to play the national anthem before screening of films, and all present must stand up in respect till the anthem ends. All right, just to bring our viewers up to speed with the latest news coming in this moment on WION. Days after India's Supreme Court asked the government to take a call on playing the national anthem in movie theatres and public spaces, the government has now decided to set up a panel to frame new rules. Last year, the Supreme Court directed all movie theatres in the country to play the national anthem before screening of films, and all present must necessarily stand up in respect till the anthem ends. That's the news we are tracking here on WION this moment, coming in from the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court has spoken about the national anthem issue. Days after Supreme Court asked the government to take a call on playing of the national anthem in cinema halls across the country, the government now says it has decided to set up a committee to frame the new rules for this purpose. Remember, last year the Supreme Court had directed all movie theatres in the country to play the national anthem before screening of films, and that all cinema goers present must stand up in respect till the national anthem ends. That's the news we are tracking here on WION this moment, of the Supreme Court order on the national anthem, and the government now saying it is forming a committee to frame new rules in this regard. Right, we'll try to get all the latest from our full complement of reporters on the ground, but just to bring our viewers up to speed with the latest news breaking here on WION this moment. Days after the Supreme Court asked the government to take a call on playing the national anthem in movie theatres and public spaces, the government now says it has decided to set up a committee to frame new rules. All right, I'm told I'm now joined by WION's Karthikeya Sharma for more on this story. Karthikeya, good evening. What's the latest you're picking up on this story?
The latest I'm picking up on this story is that the panel has been formed by government, and the government feels that the order of the Supreme Court requires some sort of a modification. They feel that people go for entertainment, and right now, as per the orders of the Supreme Court, it is orders of the court. It is mandatory to sing national anthem, which people have been doing it. But for the government to sing otherwise, saying that, well, people require entertainment, people go there with a different frame of mind, Ramesh. So, the court must relook into it. So there is a possibility now today, which I can say, that in future the government may take a contrarian stand, and the court might accept it, the government's position on it, and then there will be a time where the people will not have to sing national anthem. There is nothing wrong in singing national anthem. Right. I must put this on record. But people felt that in cinema halls, it was not a place where you would really ask people to sing it and to go in for a different frame of mind, with a different frame of mind, Ramesh.
All right, as Karthik was mentioning, to recap the news for our viewers, days after the Supreme Court of India asked the government to take a call on playing the national anthem in movie theatres and public spaces, the government now says it has decided to set up a committee to frame new rules.